Get it back on.
I'm gonna invite you back.
All right.
Yeah, just hang up. I'm gonna invite y'all back. We going live. All right, welcome YouTube. About to go live with a couple of producers. Bear with me as we get started. I'm trying to get them all connected and at the same time.
Woo!
Let's see what happens. Here's DJ Airwax. Oh, I don't gotta connect them. They're connecting themselves.
That's what I was telling you. Yeah, we got the link, so we just gotta click it.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all can y'all share that link to y'all Facebook for me real fast.
My camera not working. I tweeted it.
I'm doing something. Can I sit in here? No.
No, stop.
Go ahead. Yeah. Let me get that live view.
Alright, what we got? Okay, we got two DJ Airwax. You got an echo going, DJ Airwax. Let's see, say something else?
Yeah. I'm checking the microphone.
Alright, so Vincent, he got some stuff he wanted to talk about too. That's
Well, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't have a video, so yeah. My video feed is messing up for some reason, but that's
okay.
right.
Try your video feed now. Okay, how about now?
No, my video is not working on my end.
I got a red light on Wax's microphone. Alright, well, we live.
What's good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you, DJ Airwax. I'm gonna ask that y'all would introduce yourselves. Whoever want to introduce themselves first.
I'll go first.
What you do?
I am DJ Airwax, been a producer, I should say a striving producer for the last 9 years. And yeah, I'm in Canada, Alberta. I produce beats, getting into mixing and mastering. And yeah, I'm a member of IFF too.
Alright. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm Sip Easy. I'm based out of Mississippi. I'm currently up in New York. I'm a producer. I become a beat maker. I'm part of IFSS, infamous Foreign Sound Society.
Boy.
And plan on bringing you something new, something different that you can rock to, vibe to.
Something foreign.
Hey. Go ahead. Who's next?
Hello everyone. I know you can't see my picture there, or my live feed picture, but I'm Vincent McDonald. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. Currently located in Dallas, Texas. I'm a mix and master engineer. Also do a little production, also composing, guitars, and I'm also one of the members of infamous Foreign Sound Society. So it's nice to meet y'all. Looking forward to doing a lot of work with you guys, sharing some information, and let's just make this thing happen. Do it.
I'm DJ Tone Trox from Hartford, Connecticut. A DJ, I produce. I'm also a member of Infamous. I DJ for a crew in Hartford called Gang Mafia. What I bring to the table is, of course, the DJ aspect. My style is kind of old school, with a whole lot of funk from the R&B perspective.
That's the truth.
Dope, 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 dope. Um, right now, you're watching the scope and it's entitled Five Things You Should Know Being a Successful Producer. Um, I would say on my list of my five things, because we're gonna go about this different ways. We got four different people, five different things.
I think we
We're
should
just gonna
start
give
talking about one topic at a time. Go around.
word, word, word. All right, so let's see. I say there's a lot of talent out there, but I say on the list of my five things, I say is hard work and perseverance, because I mean you can find talent dime a dozen, but if you don't have hard work and perseverance, I don't think you can make it in today's time. That's one of my things. I'm gonna just stick with that for now.
Let me speak on that. Definitely, like if you don't have the drive, something inside you that moves you in this music game. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna mute that right now. If you don't have the drive and passion, something to move you, other than, hey, I like to make beats. There's got to be something in your backbone to push you to make music every day, because this is monogamous work that we do. We're listening to sounds that keep repeating themselves over and over and over. So to be a producer or even an artist, there's a lot of repetitive that goes along with it.
Word, word, word. Anybody else got something to tag on to that first tip of things you should know or being a successful producer?
Well, I like to point in on that one. I mean, as far as being a successful producer or engineer, I mean, you really, really got to hone your skills. Take in as much information as you can. You need to do a lot of reading, a lot of studying, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I've been in this game in the music industry over 20 years, and I'm still learning. I'm still asking questions. I'm still learning a lot of things new. So, don't ever think that you're to too big or know too much to learn something new. So, just want these young producers to keep that in mind.
Word. That's a good
Word,
one.
word. You got anything you want to add on that, Tone? On the first tip of being a successful producer?
I like what everybody was saying.
Word.
For me, I think that originality and staying true to yourself is one of the elements that is needed. Not being afraid to tap into your inner self and bring about a change in this. Not being um not duplicating what everybody else is doing, but finding your own lane and creating a movement within inside yourself.
Word.
Word, word, originality. Definitely one of them. I don't know if you call them cornerstones or what people call them. But it's like known in hip hop that there's like I don't know if it's four or five cornerstones, but the original it was like four, I think. But it's branched on, and there's a bunch more of cornerstones. But I think that's one of them. That Tone hit right there is originality, and that's something that's that'll bite a lot of producers out there that's blowing up and doing their thing right now. That'll bite them right there.
It's funny you said that because coming from an era in rap where back in '85 in that area, you couldn't bite nobody else's style, you couldn't bite nobody else's lyrics. You had to be original. Your skills had to be sharp. And I remember that if they found out that you bit somebody else's line or their style, they got at you and they got at you kind of hard. You don't see that no more in music. everybody else do what the next $1 million record did.
Yeah. Word. That's a big thing. I listen to a lot of music and I hear statements like that. As far as referring to, they really don't care. They don't care if they took your style. They don't really care and if it's original or if it's dealing with music theory and stuff like that. It's a bunch of cats out there like that. But like my second thing would be I guess that come down to like knowing your market, even with that first thing, and but I say like knowing your market and knowing who you advertising to and what they want, because a lot of those people that are producing like majority of today's sound, they have their market, and their market is like the party market or whatever, and when you get the party market behind you, it's like it's a couple of markets you can get behind you in the industry. You can get the rich, you can get the poor. You know what I'm saying? And if you get the poor, Tupac proved it. If you get the poor to back you, the rich will have to back you no matter what, right? Well, there's different markets like that, and like just knowing your market and knowing who you are marketing to, and not going after somebody else's market. Let's say, for instance, DMX can't go after Justin Bieber's market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, saying that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think about, like, say, for instance, because there's different types of artists as well, with that being said. What do you think about, like, say, for instance, there's some artists, they're considered the ones that artists on the weekends, so to say. You know what I'm saying? They've branched themselves out to the point where they're only artists on the weekends, and they're not artists that do other things, but they're artists on the weekends.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Um, like I try to, like, as a producer, like me personally, I try to avoid them type of artists. I try to avoid the weekend artist type of people. You know what I'm saying? That's me personally. Wax, I can't hear your microphone is muted. I think it is.
Ah,
Okay. We
I
good.
just never said nothing.
All right, my bad. Okay, yeah.
You
So
looking
I
at me
try to.
like I'm usually loud or something.
Cause I saw a muted microphone on the screen. All right, so like I think I try to avoid them type of artists, and I don't know. I wonder what other producers think about those type of artists. That ones that really they don't come to the studio with the energy that you expect from that person, because there's a specific type of person that party person that it's an energy involved with that entertainer, and I don't know, like they've defined it by words or whatever, but a lot of people don't have that quality these days.
Hmm.
I find that, especially here in Edmonton, Canada, like artists are not serious. And then the artists that are serious, they're mostly trying to do the producer's job. If you're trying to be an
Mm.
artist, stay in your artist lane, practice that, do 100% of that job, let us do our job. And stop asking for free beats. Stop asking for free recordings. Stop asking for free anything. Because if you look around here, this costs $800. See this thing right here? $800. This thing costs $3,000. This computer costs about $3,000. You know what I mean? We need to start making this money back from these artists. And if these artists ain't serious and gonna invest in themselves and pay for some nice quality sound that we create as producers, then I don't want to mess with you.
Word. And I agree with that. Like I feel like, you know what, if you're not gonna take yourself serious, I can't take you serious neither. That's
Hmm.
real. You know what I'm saying? And as a producer, we are like mediators. We are like the go between. Really, honestly, when you boil it down, we the go between the artist and the labels. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that we gotta like change, because say for instance, like it becomes to the point where producers are working their butts off making music sound good, before an artist even hears it. It's gotten to that point. And then once an artist hears it, they got to the point where they say, okay, well, I like that, I don't like that. And it didn't start there. When you think about where music started at, I'm not going to preach boom bap. I'm not going to preach nothing like that. But I'll say music didn't start where the beat and all of that was already the best beat you could get, or nothing like that, because it started from a simple kick and a snare and some loops. So with that, I feel like artists got lazy over time. Producers been working their butts off and they're pissed off. I feel that in the atmosphere and the chemistry and music in general, all over the board, not just hip hop, R&B, all over the board. I feel like the chemistry that was there in the beginning, that was we're gonna work together to build this up. DJ and a rapper come up with a turntable and some lyrics, and they can start a party. And now it's more competition wise because of what like what's just said. Um, but being mediators, I feel like we could change the game. What do y'all feel like as being a mediator in the game? Because I feel like we are the ultimate mediators of the game, and we can make a hit or break a hit just
True.
like that. So, what do y'all feel about as being a mediator? How could we affect the game as far as the future is concerned in the competition mind state of artists and producers? Because we're all in that competitive mind state now because the artists ain't shining that hard and the producers are working hard and it's feeling like producers want that. I made that a hit before you touched it. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. You know, like it's there at that day and age nowadays because artists have had 10 years of not having to put forth the best lyrics. It's
I know right
2000.
now, any artist come see me, I'm gonna give them 200% quality work. And it's gonna be 200% quality work that they're getting from me because I sit here and I practice this shit all day. Whereas like them, they ain't. They ain't got the time. They're trying to rap. They're trying to put their time into that and other things that they're doing. But the producer sitting here specializing his craft. So why not pay to have your like nice quality work?
Word. Speaking on nice quality work, that's a big thing today because I had within the last couple of days, I know since we started the IFSS, and it's actually gotten put out there, we've got a name. I've had a lot of people, even locally, start to reach out and say, "Hey, I want to record with you guys," and I'm like, "Okay." And then I go to their links or whatever because they got
Yo,
links,
I'm on camera.
they got pages, and I checked the link out and see what their sound quality is like, and I was like listening because I got monitors, I got earphone monitor references, headphones, and I was just listening at their stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I hear it, and I wasn't even on my monitors or my reference headphones. I was on the regular pair of the little white headphones, and the quality was so man. But other people was recommending this person, and I was like, man, this is weird because I was at a predicament where I was like, I don't even know if this person is talented or not. I didn't know. I was shocked. I was like, man, like, is these lyrics good or not? Because I couldn't hear what they were saying. have y'all
Hey
have
Vince.
have y'all ran into that yet? There's Vince. Okay, there you go,
Yeah,
Vince. I
yeah,
know.
yeah. I had to change. And for some reason, I'm having a problem with the camera on the computer. So I sort of missed what you were saying about making a changeover. But
Okay, yeah, yeah. There you go, man. Adapt and overcome. Adapt and overcome.
yes, yes, sir. That's what it's all about. That's where experience come in at. You know, a lot of people
Definitely.
don't.
If you want something bad enough, you will make it happen.
Exactly.
I'm
All right,
telling you, this
so
studio that I'm sitting in didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
I
that's
had
the
to learn
truth.
how to use all this stuff. I had to learn how to hook it all up. I had to learn to control the electricity that's creating the sound. You know, there's lots of stuff here that you got to
Yeah.
learn before you could just go and buy it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Definitely.
I tell you a situation that I was in earlier today. I was on Periscope earlier today, and matter of fact, one of the producers that y'all know, veterans something. You know
Better.
what I'm talking?
Veteran beats.
Veteran Beats. He sent me a link to a young producer, and I'm the type of person I really don't like to call out names or whatever, but this guy was from, I just to tell you where he's from. And if you go back and listen to the Periscope or see this video, he know for sure that I was talking about him. But this guy was from Wellington, Florida. And he was broadcasting on Periscope. And I was asking a bunch of questions about things. And what it was that the beat that he was making at the time was a trap beat. And
Uh-huh.
I asked I asked the gentleman, I said, man, do you do anything else besides, trap? I mean, because I like to hear something else. He said, no, that's what I work on. I said, well, you need to, expand your horizon and start doing a little bit more genre. He said, for what, if talking about that's what he loved to do. That's what he wanted to do is just trap. Well, I was telling him, I said, well, man, trap is good, but trap is not going to be around long, and you just need to just start working on different genre of stuff. And and man, he was just a very closed-minded person. Then when I told him, I said, well, he said, well, what kind of music you work on, and what do you do? And so I told him, I said, well, I'm an engineer producer, and I said, man, I do country music, I do R&B, I do hip hop, I do trap, I do heavy metal, you name it, I do it all. So I don't limit myself. Now I'm not saying that I'm very good with all of it, but I got my foot in the door in all of them. And that's the thing as far as being, if you talk about being a producer, you need to be very versatile as far as being a producer. You can't just work on trap all your life because, things are changing. It's changing quick.
Yeah.
And, but, this guy was
A
very,
lot of
and
people don't like that trap.
but the reason I approached him because, I was looking for someone to come and work in the studio with me. And, we was looking for an intern, which they would have did an intern, I think 3 months or so, 3 months or so. Then they would have went on to being paid. And that's the reason I was questioning him about, as far as changing his drama. But I didn't want to hint to him, okay, yeah, we're looking for an intern. I didn't want to get that hint off to him. I just want to see what his mind was. And like I said, he
Interview.
had a closed mind. So they knew right then, that wasn't the person for us. And see, he missed out on an opportunity there. Missed out on a very good opportunity to work in a world class studio. So man, it's crazy. So that's why I say you got to stay open minded.
Yeah. You never know, man. When you're doing stuff like Periscope and stuff, you don't know who's watching you.
Exactly.
You better be on your
That's the
P's and
truth.
Q's, dot your I's, and use your manners.
Yes. Yes,
Definitely.
indeed.
That goes back to that one point of knowing your market, knowing that goes specifically right back to that, knowing your market and knowing what you're marketing for. And I hear a lot of artists after they make it and they end up saying stuff like, "Hey man, I'm not a drug dealer. I'm an artist. I'm not a gangster anymore. I'm an artist." And like you don't realize what you done built yourself up to because like after a certain point, you ain't even unmarketable. Like everybody can't market you. If you go too far left or you go too far right, you eliminate the ability to be marketed. And
Exactly.
as an artist, that ain't what you want. Like you want the ability to express yourself freely as an artist. I mean, that's what we artists want. And
Yes.
I say artist because I remember like as a producer, you want to remember being an artist and remember what that's like and like how important that is in your production when you're producing. You got to remember, hey, I was an artist first, and I'm an artist first, and I want to paint this picture, and it has to be this way, and this is how this picture is to look.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you.
Something else that bothers me is producers that say they're producers and they're really not. Like I met this producer, he tried to tell me, yeah, I mix and master. why don't you come over to my studio? He had a home studio, and I had my little home studio. I didn't have my mixer. I didn't have a machine studio yet, but he was bragging about his studio real hard. I bring him over to mine, let him look at mine. We went over to his studio, and I was just like, wow. He had a laptop. He had some KRKs, and I think that was it. Like, to be a mix and master engineer, you need to have an treated room, number one. He didn't know what I was talking about, and I said, well, dude, how you going to mix and master in here? It's a gas basement.
I feel like those type of people out there that are saying that is giving people that carry the title a bad name. Even if I'm not saying you had to go to school to carry the title or not, but
Right.
people that actually carry that title and actually stand behind it and do their job well. There's people out there that are giving those people a bad title, a bad name, and people just say, "Hey, listen, I don't want to record in the home studio. I don't want to record in an analog studio. I don't want to record in the digital studio. They've already no. Please throw it up. You throw it up for me. All right, so yeah, I feel like I mean, I know this from personal experience. I speak when I be speaking, I speak from a person that was an artist, that was in the band, that I was singing in the church choir at one point. I mean, let's be honest, like if it has music in it, I've been a part of it. So, and I don't never say I perfected it, but I got it. But I'm more one of those people that you would consider like a jack of all trades kind of say. And
Yeah.
I'm saying like people have a certain sense with that person as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me personally, I have a certain ideology of the jack of all trades person. You know, where they don't master any, and then you 10 years down the line of being a jack of all trades, you get to say, man, listen, I gotta zone in on something. I gotta take my focus off of everything. And the majority of the thing is like the first thing being a producer, we have to take our eyes off of that number one sound right now. What's going on right now? As producers, I feel like I think we need to take our eyes off of the now and be focused on what's gonna come, because there's always a DJ Mustard, there's always a Manny Fresh, there's always a Mad Lib that's somewhere in a basement, or maybe I don't even know, and maybe that'll be a basement. It may be that weird guy that you met earlier, and you looked and you was like, man, this dude only got a goddamn pair of monitors and a laptop, and you thought that, and you walked off. You was like, yo, this motherfucker weird, think he a producer. And he looked at you, he like, man, this motherfucker don't, he said I'm not a producer. And he probably walk off with a chip on his shoulder and be like, I'm about to go get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it take that type of shit to happen. And I don't feel like our generation does that anymore. Our generation don't I mean, I know me personally, I'm 30, and you know what I'm saying, we a couple of generations different in here, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
if we could just look at it real quick from a generational perspective in the music, we don't really tap on the shoulder of that motherfucker that's like a generation behind us and be like, hey, that shit ain't cool, because we experienced it, and when we was going through it, it was like that older motherfucker that was talking to us talking about listening to the blues, and you like, man, fuck the blues, I want to hear these breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you understand that ideology, and so you say, fuck it, I ain't gonna tell this youngster shit, but they gonna sit here with this laptop and these monitors, and I hope they get it right one day.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? And just for our listeners, and
That's it.
I just want to clarify something for our listeners. Now,
Mhm.
us guys on this phone, we know what producers are. But
Uh-huh.
let me explain to our listeners. A lot of our listeners say, "Well, I'm a producer," and they make beats. Okay, let me explain. You got a producer, and you got a composer. A composer makes beats. and make music. Producers, they make the final decision of that work, or they bring people together to work together to make beats. That is a producer. So a lot of people say, "Well, I'm a producer," and a lot of time I ask them, I said, "Well, what artists or what group of producers you brought together to do some work together and collaborate and you make the final decision?" "Oh, I ain't never done that before." Well, you're not a producer then. You've never done that before. You're not a producer. You're a composer. What you are.
Yeah,
You're a
he's a composer. And
You're a
a lot of people
composer,
say,
or
in
you're a
modern
beat.
day terms, they would say beat maker. I
Right,
mean,
right.
that's a modern day term, but you're a composer, and that's something like you can't downlook being a composer because hey, Beethoven was a composer.
You got to do it.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly. So, I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people say I'm a producer and they've never done anything on the producer side of things. So,
I don't think they understand. I don't think they understand what the terms mean when you
mm,
say I'm a producer. Because like
mm,
when I say I'm a producer, I haven't produced no major hits, but
right.
I've produced some songs. I've written songs for other people, made the beat,
Hmm.
and let them make it. And I'm the engineer. I've done both parts. So understanding that
Exactly.
there's a difference between just making a beat. There's a difference between just writing a lyric. Because if you
Hmm.
just write a lyric, you're a writer. There's a difference. If
Exactly.
you just make a beat, you're a beat maker. If you
Right.
produce a song, if you carve out the idea for a song, and this is what the song becomes, you're a producer. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Before anything before that, you're a composer.
Right. Exactly.
Question:
I agree with that.
Yes. Go ahead, Wax.
do we have a beat on We Do Beats?
Not that
We
I
had
know of.
one. We had one recently. We have one, and it's
Rain.
called Rain Flows. Rain
Okay, so we don't
Flows.
have one this week.
Not this week. I mean, that's an easy build. We could build a We Do Beats beat easy, and there's nothing to say bad about the We Do Beats community. But as far as like being IFSS, we can build a We Do Beats beat.
Well, I
And
think we should compete every week.
Yeah.
we could do that. That's a man. That's an easy thing. I mean, the boom bap. I got the drums. I feel like I got the drums, and then if anybody else take the drums, take them. I don't care. I feel like I got the drums. But if anybody want to take that from me, you know what I'm saying, you got to compete. We going to have a competition because I want to have
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah. But you know what? But see what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull a P Diddy on you.
What
You
up?
know what P Diddy? I'm gonna let you make the beat, do all the beat. Then I'm gonna go in there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go in there and hit that little bell. Ding.
There you go.
Okay,
Hey,
that made the song right there. That little bell made the song. That's what made the song.
that's
That little
all I
bell
need, though. Hey,
sound.
listen. The way it worked, that's all we need is that bell, and all that
That's
bell
it.
work
That
wonders.
bell. That's what made the song was that bell.
Because I didn't know what they did. Come out, bad boys, come out and play. Oh, what? What is he talking about? The bells on the two bottles that was clinging, cling, cling, cling.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
shit!
it.
What is that? Like you never think somebody would do that, but literally, there's
Yeah.
some producers out there right now. There's some composers out there right now, and my hats off to y'all. Those
Yeah.
those beat makers, my hats are off to y'all. Y'all in the studio plugging earphones, y'all clapping your hands, and the sound designers, my hands are definitely in the air to y'all. I'm saluting y'all because without the sound designers and all of these other people, like it wouldn't even make sense. There's
Mm-hmm.
no artists out there. I mean, there's some artists out there that only do acapella work, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what are their names? Tell me one of them. If you could tell me one of them, I'll shut the hell up. I won't even broadcast again. I guarantee you, if you find a goddamn composer or a writer out there, after they write what they wrote, they either gonna publish it in a book where you can read it yourself and get that own voice where you can relate to it, or they're gonna find a producer of some sort
Yes, I
and
agree
try to
with you.
collaborate. And,
Yeah.
and that's the best way to communicate this message is looking to the future and saying, you know what, sound has come a long way.
Mm.
Sound has come a long way, and it's gonna go further. It's gonna go further than what we've even grasped so far. But we're here recognizing that it can be taken further, and we're willing to be a part of the people that's gonna take it forward.
What
Yeah.
about the software designers?
software designers, man.
I like them too. Them software
We
designers.
can't
I
overlook those
like them.
guys.
Oh my
Those
God.
guys, I think they get overlooked a lot, but man, what they
Yeah,
do.
definitely.
I was
You
listening
never
to
see you
OVO.
just see the software.
You ever heard OVO, the OVO guy, talk about how he developed the OVO sound? Like I was listening to that, and he just made me take another avenue as far as soundscaping and doing my sound because he was like, listen, I took something and I made a whole studio based around the machine, and that's what machine is big. OVO use machine on every project, right? Well, I'm sitting there listening to him. He's like, man, listen, I don't even have no high wave in there. There's no high. There's nothing like, say for instance, in his beats. There's nothing in the beat that's probably above 10K or maybe 7K. But everything above that is only vocal. He
Yeah,
he designated an area in his beats to where all he's working with is the low frequencies and the high frequencies all come from the artist. And I'm sitting there listening to him, and I'm like, yo, that sounds fucking nuts. You had to go
yeah,
crazy to do some shit like that.
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not real familiar with his product. Matter of fact, over this weekend, I just started reading about some of his products, and I said that I really want to give it a try. And
Yo, I've
and
done it a couple of times, and I'll be honest with you, just cutting those high frequencies out completely and
mhm,
working with some synths. I'm not talking about real piano work or nothing like that, but if you working with synths and you cut the high frequency out,
yeah,
you get that sound that modern day sound every day. Everybody's working with that modern day sound, and that's what it is. It's just cutting the high frequency.
yeah. No, I'll just say I've never tried his products, but I'm eventually I'm gonna be trying it sometime this week. I'm gonna check some of his products out sometime this week. I'm looking forward to trying it out, and I keep hearing good things about it. So
Support great sound.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
So shouts out to OVO. Like I said, I've been hearing a lot of great things about your products, and I will be trying it out this week sometime. So I'm looking forward
Definitely.
to it. Yeah,
You got to shop sound. Like you shop software, shop sound. There's
yeah,
great sound packs in the world to make your job easy.
Definitely,
mhm,
definitely.
I know
I'm
some
looking
people that
forward
don't
to.
shop sound, man.
yeah.
I,
Well,
I
go ahead, Sil. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just about to say I spin with my ear. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, I don't mean to jump to another subject there, but just something I want to touch bases on, or something I want to get an understanding on is, recently also, I've been talking to other engineers and producers, and for some reason, I don't understand why engineers and producers saying, okay, they don't have anything going on right now at the time, or never ever had anything going on, but when you try to network with them, they talk a good game about networking or doing some things, but they never do anything. They never step out to do anything. Can someone explain that to me? I just don't
Yo, I
understand
got
that.
you. Let me give it. Let me try because I was in that area at one point in the path, and it's like this. You when you on this path of producing and making music, like you begin like you're already a thinker. You're a thinker, right? So you
Right,
begin to think, and then you become more of a thinker than you become a doer. And at one point, you're just thinking. You're not doing at all, and you meeting a lot of people that's in that phase where they're just thinking and they trying to talk themselves into doing something like the positive thinker people where they're only positive thinking and there are no positive actions behind the positive thinking. They just keep thinking their positive thoughts and they never put any action behind it. And when you meet somebody like that, I say, you know what you do, you just call them out on it. You call them out on it, and you keep going about your way. And then in their mind state that they're in, they're gonna go ahead and think about it. And they're gonna start stepping forward and saying, you know what, I need some more. I need to make some more steps because I can say I'm gonna get a Grammy this year all I want to,
hmm
but unless I'm trying to act and put a fucking role out there, I'm not getting a Grammy.
right. Well, it's very important, especially nowadays. You got to network. You got to get out there and network and touch as many people as you can. Uh, Try to go to every venue that you can go to, and But like I said, these young producers, they fail to understand that, man. I don't know if they think that, well, it's a competition thing. He's gonna take all the money or whatever, take all the client. No, it's not. It's too much work out there. It's too much work.
That's what
So
I think. A lot of people got caught up in the idea that somebody else was getting all the money, and it's like, man, listen, when Tupac was getting all the money that he was getting, Puff Daddy was getting money too. Period. And
exactly.
that's just how it go. Puff Daddy was probably getting more money at that point when Tupac was alive and making songs. Puff Daddy was probably getting more money, and all eyes was on Tupac,
Right.
literally, and he had a song saying that.
Tone, you got
That's
something to say?
Excuse me?
Quiet. You got something to say?
yeah, you got quiet on.
No, I was just thinking, just listening. One thing I've heard from, I did some security work for this gospel artist. He do a lot of gospel plays, and he came to my church and he was telling the young guys who were singing in the production what's the difference between rehearsal and practice.
What's the difference?
Well, I
Practice is
can I answer?
something,
Can I answer that one?
yeah,
Okay, practice is gonna be that you learning the song. Rehearsal is gonna be you know the song, but we finna get it together and just go through it
get it
for the
tight. Yeah,
for the show and get it tight. That's
get
the
it tight.
difference.
Exactly.
Practice is learning. Rehearsal, you know it.
Word. And
You
I
know.
think one thing.
So
Go ahead.
no, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, shit, you could get caught up in practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. And when the fuck are you gonna stop practicing? Because you could get that kick right a million times. You know what I'm saying? Like you got that kick, man. Move on. Get the hi hat now or the snare or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Tone. My bad.
Yeah.
Now, I just listening to what y'all was saying. I believe that there's really no right or wrong way with this music thing. I'm still big on originality, doing what you feel is in your lane. I'm still big on that. Where I'm at right now, I'm still kind of shy about my music. I take my music serious, and I'm real sensitive about my music. And when we talk about producers and I think I'm a producer. I believe I'm a producer. I put several things together. I know how to orchestrate and bring things together, such as what my experience of being a producer is about. I just still feel as though that there is so much room that if that's what your lane is, you could eat on that subject right there. If you're a producer, you could eat on that one hi hat and let somebody else do something else.
Exactly.
I think I'm basically, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Then, what you said, V, about being the Puff Daddy on that, I see nothing wrong with that.
Oh
I
no.
really don't.
Oh
You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
Nah,
No, it's nothing wrong with it at all. Period. There's nothing wrong with
nah,
it.
nah, nah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that
Puffy
to.
a producer. We gotta remember Puffy a producer at day one. I back the producer up. I don't give a damn what the artist saying. No, I'm joking.
And sometimes it's always what you don't hear that works the loudest or that sings the loudest is that sound that you can't hear. You know what I mean? You
Like that
know,
white noise, that be in the vinyl. You
yeah,
can't get
yeah,
it. That you really you could try to duplicate it, but you really can't get that white noise like you get it when it's naturally in that vinyl record and you get that feeling of I
Yes.
played this record 25 times and now it's warped at 23 seconds and you know that warp by heart.
Hey, look, hey, old Tone, hey, Tone, I didn't know you had a little Erica Badu in you, man.
Uh
yeah.
oh. Well, Tone be singing a little bit?
No, he said,
Nah,
no,
nah. I'm an artist and I'm
no,
sensitive about in Tyrone.
Oh yeah,
No,
Tyrone. Yeah.
You'd be
But,
surprised,
but,
man. A
but you
lot
know
of these
something though,
artists
man?
sensitive.
But be honest with you, we all should be like that.
oh yes, most
If this
definitely.
is if this is your passion, this is your heart, your fruits of your labor, man.
Wait a
You
minute.
know, hmm?
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Mm.
You know, as a guitar player, it hurts when you on them strings. You get
Yo,
blisters.
your thumbs. Oh my God, yo, I quit playing guitar. I played guitar for 2 years. I bought it on my birthday, and I played for 2 years. And that was one of the first instruments I bought after my machine. And my thumbs were so raw all the time, and I was getting cramps in my hands. And like I salute the guitar players because to be
Definitely.
able to adjust to that, man, listen, that shit ain't common. And even with my beat machine right now, there's problems with my beat machine that I get in my fingers or some shit where I'm tapping on my motherfucking beat machine so much where my
Mm.
fingers may hurt. That shit
Mm-hmm.
is
But you know
serious.
what?
Well,
But that's a good hurt though.
yeah.
I'll
But
give
but
up
but
to that.
but Tom, to touch on something you just said, about as far as being sensitive about your stuff and taking it serious, you know, for the viewers that don't know out there, I'm taking a music business class, and I like to send shots out to David Small, my business instructor, my music business instructor. As far as being sensitive to this stuff, we had a project that we had to do where he divided the class up into groups of 3 or 4, and everyone on that project had to do something. You either had to be singing on the track, making the music, recording it, or producing it, whatever it is. But all that power, we had to make decision among ourselves what we wanted to do.
Like four
So,
different
so
people, right?
right, 3 or 4 different people. So I decided that out of my group, since I was the one that had the most experience as far as producing and composing, that I would take that job and let the other guys that, well, we had some hip hop artists in there and that was in my group. And I'm not a lyric writer, so I let them handle the lyrics. And when we came back, and once I finished that beat, I sent that beat out to them, and they were supposed to
Yeah.
record the lyric, do the lyrics to it. And when they sent it back to me and I listened to it, man, I said, nah, no, I don't like that. I don't like. And this is a grade now. We turned this in for a project. I said, no, I don't like that. I don't like that, man. I don't like the way it sounds. So when the day came that we had to turn it in, nobody went back and did their parts. So the our professor asked us. He said, well, he wanted us to go ahead and drop everything on the computer so the whole class can listen to it. And I told him, I'm not putting my stuff on the computer. He said, why not? I said, man, look, my music is fine, but them lyrics, they're not working. I said, this project's not ready. I said, I don't put my music out there like that. If it's halfway done, I'm not putting it. I'd rather just take the F. And that's what I told him. Just give me the F. Because I'm not going to play my music like this and need lyrics on top of there like that. And he said, no, just go ahead and play it. Just go ahead and play it. You did your part. That's all we want to listen to. But just to show you how sensitive I am about my music, that I
Mhm.
didn't want to put it out there for anybody to listen to it with them lyrics on top of it. Now, if it was just instrumental, okay, I've been fine with it. That would
Yeah.
be no problem. But man, like I said, Tony, I feel you on that. I feel you.
And I will agree with you on that. And I'll say this right here, as a producer, beat maker, when I've had artists come and they wasn't prepared for a song or whatever, they come and they want to buy an hour studio time, and maybe they say, yo, you make beats. I know you make beats because they see my machine, they see the hardware that's available right here. Hey, I know you make beats. Let me go on one of your beats. And I'm like, nah, man, you don't even got a notepad. Like, you got a song available? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how much work I put into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Exactly.
you're not going to come up with
You
no
don't even
song in
got a
30
notepad.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
you're not coming up with a song in
Mm,
30 minutes and putting it on my beat. Because
yeah.
this is my beat. You can put this on one of them other people beats that you got off the internet, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
mine. Or
I
you know
mean,
what I'm saying?
well, I mean, you do have some artists that can write that fast, but it's slim to none that I've never ran into any that can write that
But this is
fast.
the thing. No, 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 no. There's a difference because I was an artist that could write that fast because I could just freestyle it off the top of the head. But
Mm-hmm.
if I hear you on something different and I can hear that you're not where you may be wanting to be by coming in with no notepad and no pen, if I can
Yeah.
hear you, you start freestyling and you don't sound like you could do that, you're not getting one of my beats at all. Like if you're talented as hell, I may give you a beat and say, man, I'm just gonna produce this project for you and help you out along the way. But if you're on the opposite end of that spectrum, you might not even get me to record you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
This is real stuff. Am I wrong? As an engineer, this is what an
Oh no.
engineer and a producer think like. Am I right or wrong?
You're on point now. You're on point. You're definitely on point.
Yep.
I
Let me
agree
say
with you.
this. Let me say this to you, right on that note right there. I'm a huge Prince and Rick James fan, Arcades and that 70s funk. And Prince's heyday in the 80s, when that Prince For You album came out that had Bambi and I Want to Be Your Lover in 1978. He was an unknown artist, was trying to get on. You wasn't getting on nothing he did if you wasn't right. And everybody that came out of that camp, out of that organization, went on to become all that they could be in music.
Yes.
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, and all that. But
Yeah.
nobody getting on nothing of his with his name behind it.
Yeah.
If you, that's your reputation, man.
But you know what? You know what, Tone? This is what I say. I think that generation of people like that has been being lost over time because like there was like James Brown. I hear he paid his artists a certain amount, and every mistake they had, he charged them. He docked them a certain amount. And majority of the time, like you playing in the James Brown band, you wouldn't make any mistakes. There was other people like that that held their band members to that standard. And I
Exactly.
feel like that's the standard that producers are trying to uphold with artists and saying, you know what, hey, listen, I'm not saying you're not talented. I'm not saying you can't think of some good lyrics. I'm not saying you don't got some people behind you that say you're good, but you're not coming in here unprepared and buying an hour of my time and trying to prepare while working with one of my instrumentals at the same time that you've never heard before in your life and you're just gonna come in and try to say some witty stuff. It ain't gonna work like that. You like if you and on my beat, I prefer you get my if you're gonna work on my instrumental, I prefer you have it prior to even coming into the studio to record and listening at it and I mean even if you don't record prior to coming in, but at least having a listen to it.
Well, you know what, and we do have some young producers that's like that, and one of the guys that I do like to send a shout out to also is I cannot remember his name, but I know you guys know him. He broadcasts on Periscope. He's a Christian producer. J
J
something.
Mitch. J Mitch Productions.
J Mitch Productions, exactly. J Mitch Production. I mean, just look at him as an example as a young producer, man. He's very selective about the artists that he worked with. He said, no, I don't want no profanity on my music. I don't want nobody degrading women on my music. If it's not for lifting the people up, I don't want it. And that's the way J Mitch is. And I like to send shots out to him, for being
I
like
like
that.
that.
Because we need more producers like himself
Yeah.
in this industry. So, big shots out to him.
Definitely.
It's funny you said that. Excuse me, because I said the other day, man, we was in a conversation, and I was like, "Yo, here's this jam right here. Yo, won't kill nobody on a record. You know what I mean? Don't do no drive-bys or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yo, we laugh, but I was serious because it's like it's too much of that. I want to go back to the golden era where rap was the yes, yes, y'all. You know what I mean? You don't stop. That's the era I want to go back to when he was partying and rhymes. That's the era that I think that was that New York sound. The rhymes was conscious. They was uplifting and it was a movement. You know, I don't want to say what brought us here, but there was a movement where it was allowed to say what you want to say on a record, and I think individuals saw that was a gravy train, and now you got what you got now. And to me, that's not music, man. That's
Well,
not.
I don't feel like and my bad if interrupting, but I don't feel like that's the way we got here. I feel like it was more or less like, and because I remember hearing the music, and it was in the music like even Tupac. I go back to Tupac a lot because he had a bunch of good quotes, but he was like be careful who you rooting for. Don't root for the people that's rapping about like selling drugs and stuff like that because like they're not the people that's willing to put back into the communities. And you know what I'm saying? Like just be careful and take a person for what they're saying. And then when we got away from that ideology of take a person for what they're saying, because nowadays all the music is filled with that information, that knowledge, then I'm not, hey, I don't care. Hey, if there's going to be some people rapping about selling drugs, there's always going to be the Ice T and the Ice Cube and the Easy E. And I was rooting with them motherfuckers. You feel me? My bad for the language. I think we can curse on YouTube, but I was rooting for them at the same time. I was also able to listen to some Outkast or something, some Talib Kweli or something like that. And I feel like
Right.
today those like conscious people are out there making music, but they're getting like pushed to the corners of the music industry by the other
Yeah,
crowd.
the other industry. Yeah, and it's like, and it's a thing where they say that kind of music don't make music no, it don't make dollars no more, and it's sad because to me, that's what I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. I was about 17, 18 years old, and I went to the Fresh Fest tour. Run DMC, Houdini, LL, Steady B, Cool C, um,
You went to a real tour.
yeah, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, and I forgot. And my man, shout out to my man if you see this, my man Tuski and the Czar MCs. They had a cut called Blind Date, and they opened the show for them. I was sitting up there, man, and it was commotion. And rest in peace, Mike Younger got stabbed and he died that night. But while the concert was going on, it was crazy to me how Run would say, "Throw your hands in the air," and the whole building did that. You know what I mean? Dougie Fresh was saying, "Yes, yes, y'all," and the whole building was doing that. And I was like, "Yo, that's a movement. That's a
Exactly. Exactly.
movement." And if
Exactly.
you got that kind of a response from one man to a whole arena, this is a Coliseum, New Haven Coliseum. And
Mm-hmm.
if you got that kind of movement just in one building, then you need to say something to help a movement. And that's how I always looked at this thing with rap, man.
Yeah.
That's how, you know.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I mean, I think it's making a full circle, to be honest with you. I think the hip hop game is making a full circle, and it's getting back to the original.
Yeah, I
And
feel it.
and you see it with guys. I mean, you just think about it. You think about people like Drake and the Christian hip hop artists, Lecrae, and who else? Some other artists. I just can't think of them. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But you can listen to their music. It's not the hip hop that started 10 years ago.
Or
You know,
Kendrick Lamar, I'll
it,
give you a couple.
or
Kendrick
yeah,
Lamar,
yeah,
J.
yeah.
Cole.
Exactly, yeah. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. So you see, it's coming back around to where people's getting back to the foundation of hip hop. What's name said hip hop was dead, but it's not dead. It's coming back. It's coming back.
It's coming back.
Nas, yeah, yeah. Oh, Nas said hip hop was dead, but it's not.
Yep, yep. It's
It's
something
being,
changing though.
it's
It's
being
gonna change.
resurrected.
Yeah.
It's real. And on that note, we wrap it up, man. As a recap, you know what I'm saying? This is just a couple of things that you could just be attention to as far as wanting to be a better producer and recognizing that there are producers out there that aren't like like I would say producers, they just un- uninformed as for what they are at that point. So I don't hold them responsible for the things that they may bring before you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah.
Word, Sim.
um, hey, I just put it out there like it is, cause hey, I listen. Lately, I heard a couple of artists, and they were like other people coming to me, and like normally that's how you hear about hot
Yeah.
artists is by somebody else told you like, yo, check this person out. I think
Mm.
you should work with them, and I've been getting that lately, and I'm like I'm the person I'm gonna go listen to your stuff because I want to record somebody. If you hot, I want to
Mm.
give you the opportunity. I'm gonna give you the
Exactly.
opportunity. If you hot and you bring it forth, what I'm bringing forth, if I feel like you've been putting forth the energy that I'm putting forth, and you're an artist, okay. But if you putting forth this type of energy and you sitting there every day and you write a bar and you may erase that bar and you fix that bar and you know what I'm saying you get 16 bars and you may go back and take 5 bars out and put it on another joint and insert 5 bars. Man, listen, I'll work with you. I'll
Yeah.
work with you.
Yeah.
You the
Yeah.
person I want to work with. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But if you coming around and you ain't got no lyrics and you claim you got bars and your friends say you got bars, but you get to freestyling and talking about whatever you talking about, but I can tell that it ain't genuine because I know hip hop lives. Hip hop really does live. Hip hop ain't dead. I know hip hop.
Right.
When I
Right.
hear it, I
Right.
know the voice of it.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's for
Exactly.
every producer and engineer and you know what I'm saying, R&B, whatever you coming with. If you say you do blues, you better be bluesing it up. I'm telling you, because I know what blues sound like. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Anything you say, don't come and tell me you something that you ain't that. Just
Right.
come and say I'm a person that I want to work hard and develop my craft because that's what we all are. Even the people that are gotten success already, or you know what I'm saying, the fame already, they're still learning. They're learning every day. When they artists, when their fans retweet something, they say, "Yo, I'm gonna say that again later." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If the
Right.
joke get funny and if you get a laugh, Kevin Hart gonna make a note of that. If you ever see
Yeah.
that.
But
So
I want our watchers and listeners also to know, next time, hopefully when we come and broadcast with you guys next time, come out to y'all that we have our fifth other executive member, Meek Portier,
mhm.
Portier. Hopefully we have him with us next time we broadcast, and we sort of do miss it. And
He real big on
yeah,
analog.
yeah, it's very big. They're very big analog guys. So if any of y'all
Shout out
ever
to
have
me.
any, yeah, if y'all ever have any questions about analog gear, that is the man. That's the man right there. So
Definitely.
yeah, yeah. So hopefully he'll
All
be
right,
joining
y'all.
us next time. All
All
right.
right.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Deuces.
This
Peace.
is a
Later.
good
Infamous
this
Foreign
was a
Sound
good
Society.
good
Yeah.
hangout session, y'all. Hopefully the video and audio come out perfect. Christine, like I saw it on here and it switched between each other. This was a good session, y'all.
Thank you
Peace.
all for joining
Peace.
us.
Peace. Peace. Infamous Sound. Infamous Foreign Sound
Infamous.
Society.
IFSS.
IFSS.
Had to stop recording now. You still live.